I'm recording a video today because tomorrow's Friday, and even though the candle lighting time is getting later and later as sunset gets later and later, I like to prepare and I like to not have too many obligations or commitments or, what I consider my duties. So this has become something that I've stayed consistent with, and I want to do it today instead of tomorrow. So I'm going to share some wisdom I learned when I was at Ananda ashram. And the whole goal there was to say, you could bring ashram, refuge, inside of you. A place to be alone with yourself wherever you go, even if you're surrounded by people. Anyway, so we surrender the ego with grace and joy. We don't lose the ego. Baba, I'm going to be sharing from individuals there. So Baba was there. He said, the past happened. There's the self-watching. Silence the mind. Let all the impressions go. Who I am really without either new judgments. And the mind doesn't want to die. That's why it tries to fight yoga or meditation or any kind of mindfulness, clarity practice to release the stuff we thought we knew. And we just have to try and keep on trying and restraining ourselves from not doing it. And if at death the mind isn't clear of desire and needs, those seeds cause a new life, the mind chooses a body or the psyche. And in Judaism, we would say in reincarnation, our soul does to manifest its body based on its correction it needs to do. So let's correct in this life, in other words. It says, let and allow people to be who they are. We can't love someone just so they'll love us. It's better to do what we believe in instead. And we can't expect even a response. Just do what we need to do without even looking for the payback or the feedback. And this body is an opportunity to know ourselves. After death, it goes to someone else, or the physical materials become reabsorbed in the earth, and we lose that control. So our purpose of life is really to know ourselves, our divinity, our allness. There was Susan there. She said, it's perfect. We don't need to know how or why. But the right action comes from connection, letting go of judgment and doubt. And when we celebrate an awareness of the clinging mind. And that's dancing with progress. Mooji, who wasn't actually there. Oh, wait, one more thing from Susan. She said, my roots are in the earth. I'm home and I'm safe. And Mooji, who wasn't there, but we would listen to some recordings of it from him. He said, and we did a talk about it, all of us together. The fingernail can hide the sun if we hold it up in front. And look. It's not the sun, but it's the light, right? So the me attached to the concept of quieting and decluttering is still not me. The mind always has the question, what to do? But we have to be quiet with it. And we can't remember making the duality. So then I'll move now into something we talked about there. We learned about Nelson Mandela. Now, I first went there maybe 6 or 7 years ago, maybe more. I don't even know. But while I was there, I had a silent retreat weekend, and we did ecstatic dance at the end, and I really connected with people, and we did camping at night, and we ate vegetarian food, and over the years, eventually I realized that it may not be the right place for me, even though I went back multiple times, because there was various beliefs that they had that weren't resonating with my roots, and in terms of a spiritual hospital, I felt like they had some names or forms for their divinity that didn't quite match my trajectory. Additionally, the food turns out like some of the vegan stuff is not necessarily kosher for me as I'm moving into new ways of eating. But the teachings here, I believe, are kosher for us. And I'm happy to share. So we learned from Nelson Mandela, nothing enlightened about shrinking so others won't feel insecure around us. As we let our light shine, unconsciously we give permission to others to do the same. And as we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And there was this man named Jules there, who I believe moved away. He doesn't live there anymore, but when he was there, he said, children give us a new lease on life. And responsibility is the ability to respond. And the world happens from us, then for us, not to us. And we're the architects of our own lives. And when we step out of the comfort zone, we absorb more into the comfort zone. And on with each step. And I'll share more from Baba. Love comes with you, including what you love. you can bring it with. You can leave the mind out of it and pick it up with all the good stuff on the way out. And that's the idea of bring ashram with you. It's in you. And someone thinking bad is their own problem. You can leave them behind if they're not good for you. Don't let the mind be a casualty of someone else, because their words are meaningless when I am the most important to me. The I am, right? Even who I used to be is not as important as who I am. So Karen and Tejas, I don't know if Tejas is his real name, but those are his names. That's his name. Those are their names. They're a married couple. They used to live there, but they moved away. And I went to a few workshops with them, and this is from conversations with them, not necessarily the workshops. I was able to just write a few things down. So removing the beliefs to the reflections is how we get to discernment, and our attachments are specific to someone fulfilling our need. As long as we're lacking, looking outside for it, what we truly want is internal. It's a freedom from helplessness. That's really control, right? We're not helpless. And from worthlessness, which is really appreciation. So it's not achievable by looking into the world. We're already free and complete. And we can see if giving it is the source, makes others happy too. If not, it's transitory happiness or desire. When we give it away, others are happy with the same thing. It's not like, then it's from the source, because we're all from the source. And finally, hardwired ignorance is predestined to attach. Plus, we're taught to. So even in love, we say, oh, you complete me, like we're not whole. But it's not our fault. Our mind gets confused about our desire of being satiated, even when it's only temporary happiness. And the next part I want to share is from Ruth White, from her book, from her writings. And she talks about love and wholeness. So the difference between love and wholeness, and how it's hard, and like there's different kinds of love, and there's eros, which is romantic or erotic love, and then there's agape, which is mutuality, spiritual communion, and philios, which is like familial love, and then there's spirit, which is masculine, yang, and then the soul is like feminine, is yin. And a quote from her is that true trust is essential for the flow of love. All is well, all manner of things are well, all shall be very well indeed, is like a prayer. And reproduction is co-creatorship. It's like the spirit, the soul, and the creator. So creativity is coming together of two known separate forces to provide a new, previously unknown or unmanifest force. That's kind of what the actualizing of potential, right? It's like actualizing means it comes into being. The potential of these two things together, what could come out of it. So now I'll just give like a sort of, she says, what is love? Love is the will to accept, which is the self, the will to comfort. And wholeness is the will to unite, the will to surrender. So wholeness is without a other, and love is with a other. So love is contentment, transformation, the earth, growing things, healing, creativity, dedication, animals, nurturing, caring, tenderness, God, giving, commitment, self-sacrifice, mothering, others, conservation. It's like an attention. It's the attention. And wholeness is assimilation, completion, vision, tolerance, exploration, acceptance, blending, seeking, creativity, equality, self-knowing, self-growth, equality, inclusiveness, symbolism, perception, healing, balance, the breadth of knowledge, and really it's awakening. So obviously wholeness is to be love without an other, but first we have to be love, then we can be whole, or first we be whole, then we be love. You choose. Hope this was helpful to whoever might need it.